I have no idea where I'm going, but that's never stopped me before. Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, my name is Dan Chaos! And welcome back to Mad Max. Where's my car?
Oh, she's good and safe, but that stank gun.
Of course. No V8.
Yeah, that woman. The doctor said concubine, she'll know.
Her name is
She'll know
Hope.
where it is.
Hope. They call her Hope. Concubine, huh? They think she is fine as the big chief, even.
I'm confused. Are we not gonna settle on Hope? Alright, the Outcrier has a new wasteland mission for me. And Hope has a new wasteland mission for me. I feel like I'm playing breadcrumbs here. I have to pick up after everybody else. Excuse me while I do a little bit of in-between work really quickly, and we will go back to these wasteland missions. You know, before there was a way for me to organize my episodes. It was do a whole bunch of background work, then do main story, back and forth, back and forth. But now there's just so many main quests and missions to do that I feel like I'm overwhelming the videos. I don't know, it all comes to pass. So right now it's just do what needs to be done and then get her done.
Here they come, the roadkill scum.
And right now on my mission is to get these eyesores off my map. These wasteland encounters. Speaking of eyesores, that would be the last of the would-be suicide bombers to gut gash the stronghold. And I mean, I spent all this time cleaning up this one-horse town, and this one-horse town, and this one-horse town, just for the main quests to make more things pop up all over it. I mean, it's like, I just cleaned up this map. Can we keep it clean for like 10 minutes? And right now I'm proceeding to the dunes to finish picking that place clean. I'm taking a broom to the desert. Seems futile, but according to the BIOS tab in the main menu, I've located all the locations. So with this place cleaned up, it should give us all the remaining artifacts, photos, that Max has been trying to find. I mean, that's the only sentimentality this main character has given us, besides that whole wampus of a story inside his brain that we faced in the last episode. So by collecting all of those, I want to just listen to them back to back and see if it pieces together a really big story about how the several catastrophic events took place to make this world the way it is. And the only thing these wasteland interactions have been giving me thus far is just praise and scrap. I don't need them to stroke my ego anymore. I think he's got a big enough ego as is. I am the lone racer going to tear up this town. I mean, that's not really him, but you get what I mean. Stroking my ego is fine, and lining my pocket is also fine. But I've got like 25,000 scrap, and popping up on my map just to make me drive all the way to you and say, "You're the racer that's been tearing up the tracks. I love you." It's nice and all, but it's not story. It's not, I don't know. It's filler. Care to explain to me where I am? Are you dead? You better be dead, but you're on a beautiful bed. I think I fell down into an old hotel. This is actually pretty cool. I mean, this desert is basically preserving the old world, much like the vaults in Fallout. Relating to Fallout, however, is just something that all these games, this genre in particular, has difficulty with, and that's interweaving the side quests in with the main quests so they don't feel superfluous. And I guess that's sort of the point, that a side quest is an aside to what you're trying to achieve. And what I'm trying to achieve right now is how to get down there. Are you dead? Move if you're not dead. Didn't even flinch. Maybe the dunes... No. Doorway is obvious. Maybe the dunes, at least aesthetic-wise, are worth recording because there is still time for me to record it. So why not? I promised a little bit of the dunes. I promised a V8 too, but let's not open that wound just yet. Ooh, relic. Oh, it's a stadium, I think. The boys are back in town.
Can't believe this kind of crowd once meant anything but a riot.
See? He's got a whole lot of insight for these relics. This is borderline creepy. These buzzards are creepy. They're like the mutant humans from I Am Legend, just setting up mannequins everywhere to be bait. Really, really unsettling. To the bowels of disaster? This is one of the more elaborate buzzard hives that I've come across. Leap of faith? Leap of faith! Woo! Skin of my chin on that one. So, remember that crazy outback adventure we did when we drank muddy water and ate snakes? Can you believe we actually paid money for what is now an everyday survival routine? Things change fast, Marcus.
We all thought survival was a game. Very few crossed the finish line.
That's in depth. I'm not sure if that is... No, that is not the last relic, because there's one left in the underbelly. That is, however, the last location, as soon as I grab one more thing here, that I can scavenge. Because this, which has like 12 scrap in it, and I couldn't find an entrance for, is probably another wasteland mission. So... anything on this side? The obvious giant scrap pallet is on this side. Instead of leaping the faith again, I'm just gonna fast travel. I know there's probably some areas in the underbelly that I cannot access right now, so trying to scavenge that location for a third time is probably not the best thing I should do. I have met the qualifications to continue the story mission, but being the person I am, I cannot leave wasteland missions unattended, or encounters for that matter. So let's go see what Hope wants.
There is more for you out there.
Hello,
I
Sheila.
saw it when running with my child.
Where is your
Hatch
child?
in the ground, leading down to wealth. Perhaps something which will help you.
I like how you've taken an interest in me despite Max not being sympathetic. Excuse me, my eardrums.
You should be careful.
I didn't hear you
They
say
know
it, but
who you are, what you did to Stink Gum.
what have I done to Snake Gum? I haven't beaten him up yet. Hope and Glory stumbled upon a place of refuge, a metal hatch, some sword half buried in the sand, searched for valuables. Unlocked a Big Mama lift kit upgrade. Nothing better than what I already got, but I'm not going to leave it alone. There's a hatch that needs driving to. And I will, at some point, help you, Hope, find your glory. It would have saved me some steps if I had gotten that mission first, because this mystical hatch is in the dunes where I was before. But that's the monotony of this, back and forth. I never can seem to do everything in a straight line. You know, once we get that V8, that's probably going to be close to the end.
About a hatch in the sand.
If we can finally leave this
Something about it.
lousy spit of land.
Oh, my Lord, how will we ever find such a small thing in this sea of sand?
It's right there, monkey boy.
I spy it! Salvation!
Sands must have shifted recently to uncover this.
Yeah, recently. Because it probably wouldn't have been here if I just happened upon it randomly. In we go. I caught my train.
Train. Easy now.
Yeah. Easy, Sheila. This is, not the time to be shifting on me. Well,
Someone took shelter here.
scrap be scrap. Optional or not.
Must be something here of use.
Yeah, otherwise we wouldn't be here. There's a whole bunch of scrap. I'm guessing what I'm looking for
Just what she was
is...
looking for.
Yeah, just what Hope was looking for. The Big Mama!
Hunchback can probably fix it up.
Alright, that'd be done. A shot in the dark. Another tip that paid off. This place could really become a safe haven for someone in need, but I need to move on. Yeah. Ever the Wanderer. Hey, Max.
What?
What's up, Blinky?
You?
Yeah, me.
Whole town saw you fall.
They didn't see me land.
Smooth. The rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated.
I'd, report you to Scrotus herself, but, that'd get my lid lopped, too.
I'm glad that we have an accord.
Help me out some more, hmm?
You help
You're
me
an
out.
boy.
That's just how it works.
I'll make it worth your while. So,
It better not be scrap.
You know of Crowdazzle. He runs
Yeah.
races like I do.
I thought he was
Sound
just
system
an errand boy himself.
rivals my own. And I want it for myself.
You want me to get you some speakers to go with those flashy bulbs?
Now it's mounted on a bona fide race wagon. I just want the
Sweet.
loud thing. You keep the car.
I like that. Another car from my collection. Outcry wants to see a vehicle from the competitor in a racing scene, Crowdazzle. Well, he's no friend of mine exactly. The vehicle has metal loudspeakers that are used to promote races. Take the vehicle and bring the Outcry to loudspeakers. The Crow Collar. I assumed the Crow Collar would be a vehicle I get from just beating all the races. But if all I have to do is steal it, that's even better. Hey Crow, I'm here to steal your car, you mind? Well, that wasn't parked here before when I went and got Tenderloin. Actually, I don't know if I killed her or not. I want to see if she's in here huffing fumes as before. She is! Glad to see you never change. Okay, I gotta go Grand Theft Auto, so give me a minute. This pipe was also not in the way before. Hope that's not detrimental.
Was that?
Company. Time to get out of here.
What's with all the people suddenly swarming?
Corpse! What do you...
Maybe Crowdazzle has some loyal racers? How'd you know I was gonna steal this lovely ride anyway? It's so groovy. Well, it's not like you're gonna... Well, you are gonna miss it, but... Get off my ride.
This one's full attention.
Whee! Not much fuel in this, but it'll have to do. Let's see. End destination. All the way to Gastown. The long version. Ah, well. I mean, it's not like I was best friends with Crowdazzle to begin with. And you can bet he'll let me back in the races anyway. I mean, he kind of has to, because he's a gameplay mechanic. You gotta obey the rules, Crowdazzle. And yeah, this sucker's low on fuel. I mean, I could have just grabbed the can from the back of the magnum opus, but I was busy being somewhat surprised that I was facing opposition in this little quest. Nothing I'm not prepared for. I come with bullets. I thought this thing was a loudspeaker system. Where's my music? I need my tunes. Scratch that. Keep your copyrighted tunes to yourself. A little open source airwaves, por favor. Yeah, well, I guess there aren't any radio towers standing here like there would be in Fallout. Why don't I entertain you with my lovely singing pipes? Was that a horn? Ha! The horn is playing. 'Cause I'm the wanderer. I go around, 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 around. This car's got one loud engine on it. Oh well. Time to make my way home. I'm still being pursued, but I'm not worried about it. I am, however, worried about the snipers that just maintain this trash treasure trove. 'Cause I'm the wanderer. Oh, not these painted galoots again. Leave me be, I'm trying to deliver a chariot. This thing has a pretty good handling to it. I'm Road Warrior 106. I don't think there's an end cap for that. I mean, the end cap for my Griffa tokens was long ago. But I mean, if my ability to level up in this game is infinite, while giving me no such ability gains whatsoever, I might as well let it proceed. Yeah, missed! Ow. And then there's the horns. There's your chariot. Rustle Dazzle. I found the crow collar and the loudspeakers that the Outcrier wanted. Rustle ain't even a word. That only leaves the main quest, which I'm finally happy to finally be attempting. Huh? Ho! Not to give your concubine credibility
Scrotus is tearing up the town.
any realism, but you sure know how to get around.
I won.
Yes, I did. So I'm owed a prize. Give me it.
If you help me. My daughter.
Deal.
You gave me the chance to free her once. She ran, aided by the old man.
Old
I
man.
never helped you.
Don't.
Yeah, I gave you the
I'm
fan.
crazy in your eyes.
Come on, Max. Open up.
I will help you find what you seek.
The
And then you will bring me
Plains
my child.
of silence. Well, the V8.
The big chief.
A good bath.
I need it. Now.
Just so we can leave. That's about it.
Through here. In Stankum's garage. You'll
Finally!
get out of there. I'll find you after. And you will do right by me.
Promise.
Now
Pinky
go.
swear. Max might not be 100% with you, but I am. Always have been since the moment I laid eyes on you. I'm your biggest fan next to the one that's got blades. I'm sure this stank gum is filled with stank gum, so good thing I'm not really a fan of gum. It seems like a worthless endeavor. All you do is chew and chew until you got nothing. However, this is the remaining scrap that I need, and the last relic is here. And I'm not just talking about Max. He may be a relic of the old world, but the relic I'm looking for is a photograph. Maybe it'll be a... Oh. Okay, no more monologue. Time for action. Break of the wrist. I really don't like you yellow guys. You're yellow-bellied, so I shot you in the belly. What? Why'd you throw your legs in a random direction, Max? You ain't making no sense, boy. Oh, you're still alive. Let me take care of that for you. You're not gonna have to worry about breakfast. I don't really need these scraps anymore. I feel like the ladder is my destination, so I'm gonna take the ladder. What am I looking at? What the? Are you seeing the little girl hugging a skull? You know, when you stop and smell the roses in this game, all you get is a nose full of thorns. Excuse me. Relic! Relic! You okay, lady? Relic! Cash only. All machines are down. We do not accept plastic. That would be the very last relic in this game. And, oh, horror picture show. Let's just, let's step out of here. Step out of here. With that being said, I've got all the relics. And even though I could have done this earlier, only half of them have words. We're at our final destination as far as final destinations go. So let's read the relics. We'll start from the beginning.
All that water seems wasteful now. That car wouldn't last long out here. Not without some major adjustments.
Like suspension.
Loss was always with us. But so was hope.
We still
Now
have
we only
hope.
have loss.
You're just running away from her.
I guess he must have made it then.
Yeah, some of this is a little out of context because you kind of have to read the back. Well, let's just go through all the dialogue that he's saying. Basically, the kid's
Things were
smart.
getting rough all over. Not just in the killing zones.
And so there were killing zones. I guess where they allowed anyone to have guns. Not to go too far off topic, but that's sort of a thing they're trying to do in the Philippines. But let's move on.
There's so many things we'll never see again. Trust. And great trees.
I'm
plenty
wondering
food,
if this is
security,
only happening in Australia.
joy.
Would it be a twist of fate if this was just the Australian version of the Fallout 4,
began.
etc.? Or, as I made comparisons before, Junkertown, Overwatch.
They didn't eat dogs then.
Except for hot dogs or corn dogs.
First all sea life disappeared and then the water.
See, there's some of
Our origin's
the
gone forever.
apocalyptic background that I was trying to glean before. The water receded and people could start smelling the dead fish and stuff, and that was the beginning of everything going downhill.
People ate their fill and threw out the rest.
Look at that. Doesn't that make you hungry? Man, I want that. It's so good.
Yeah. We didn't have a clue what was coming.
Yeah, it's like there were signs and people didn't know what to do, but they just ignored it anyway and lived their everyday
Escaping
lives.
reality was such a luxury back then.
Yeah, that's either math or tic-tac-toe. Not going to bother to read it.
Waiting. I did this once. Didn't I?
Yep, and apparently you're going to do it again if your delusions have anything to say about it, because you're going to marry Hope or something like that. You better take her with you. Hope, Dinky Doo, and Monkey Boy all loaded in the car, travel cross country. It's going to be like solving freaking Scooby-Doo mysteries.
Yeah. How long is a year anyway? And how long has it been?
Because no one really keeps the measurement of time anymore, I guess. Because, I don't know, what was the reason for originally having a means of telling time? Keeping track of
Who
crops?
gives a dog away?
You shouldn't give a dog away. Especially to euthanization people. That's what, this one was about.
I remember. It just took over.
Yeah.
In the end,
People started getting
Nothing.
violent. Even the people who were meant
Just
to
fools.
protect were just killing.
Well, she failed at saving the world. We all
Yeah.
did.
This baby was supposed to be the president or something, but apparently, truthfully, she failed. Or in Namex.
They had something, but now it's gone. It's gone no matter how much they loved or hated or bickered.
Even if it was just vanilla.
There was a time we polluted clean water,
That's kind of true. And we still do it. Although the dual bucket seats in the bathroom is not necessarily one of our high and mighty moments.
Everywhere. Things were running out. Draining, leaking, breaking.
I guess people just stopped caring about repairing. Put that on a t-shirt.
Will I ever come back?
There is his wife and his daughter. It's kind of ironic that he ran into a mother-daughter combo in this scenario. And he's also running away from it like he has been his memories this entire time. And that V8 engine is just another step for him to not make connections. And he's going to have to overcome that. He better overcome that. I'm just going to be disappointed in him if he doesn't have any character development, despite me running into all sorts of people who needed his help.
The treasure of food. Freely walking and breathing.
Yeah, back then no one appreciated a good horse burger until all the horses were gone. I don't eat horses. Moving on.
Can't believe this kind of crowd once meant anything but a riot.
I mean, depending on what kind of game or sporting event you're going to, it could still mean a riot.
We all thought survival was a game. Very few crossed the finish line.
And now all we're left with a-holes. So is it a-holes will inherit the earth? I always thought it was nerds.
It all ran out. For everyone.
Food supplies. I mean, you lose the water, you lose the food. It sort of ended the whole circle of events until all you're left with is maggots and rats and lizards. And dog food.
Oh, it's a world of critics. I wonder how I would be judged today.
3-letter word. Rhymes with mad.
And in the end, we were all taken.
Taken by people, taken by viruses. It's like they threw everything apocalyptic into a single blender. Blender? Blender. It's like they took everything apocalyptic in fiction, put it all in a blender, and just shoved it down your throat. And I guess instead of one scenario, throwing them all in sort of covers all the bases.
I wouldn't wish survival on anyone. Not here.
I mean, that's true. You don't wish survival on anyone whose skulls you crack.
Yeah. Those insects were good eating.
I mean...
Yeah, they ran out too.
What do I mean? The bugs... People eat bugs now, but I guess the bugs eaten back then were better than the ones eaten now. Max lived through the transitional period, so I guess even things that once considered gross are now a luxury.
One day they all came down. All the planes. One by one.
Now what's that about? War? Lack of energy? Lack of enthusiasm? And then we have an ugly plate. So that's wait. So what? You're just not going to talk about some of these?
Wars, famine, disease, murder. Killed us all.
There's a long list of the ingredients thrown into this apocalyptic smoothie. Guns.
Plague, riots.
More.
Starvation.
All the horsemen of the apocalypse.
It all came down around us.
I guess if you take one major event, just the ocean seeping away, it causes all of this indefinitely. And so it's not too far of a stretch of the imagination to imagine all of this did happen. I mean, he sort of left out tornadoes and volcanoes, but, you know, to each their
I
own.
doubt a fiberglass helmet would stop a bullet. Yeah, he probably didn't survive long.
It's nice that you got a humorous view on that grim outlook.
That'd be the first place I'd look.
A bunker. That's true. You go to the obvious places first when you're looking for food or shelter.
Like the very earth was turning on us. Killing us.
Instead of becoming the inhabitants, we became the fleas of good old Mother Earth.
So much water. And then it was gone.
There's a show playing now where cars run on blood. I wonder if they got any of their ideas from Mad Max.
What is this?
Speaking of Mad Max, like, what is this? The Mad Max Buggy Tour. He has yet to call himself Max in this game. I don't know if he's forgotten his name, or maybe his name isn't Max at all. I mean, the game calls him Max, but...
Everyone lost everything. Eventually.
That's just obvious.
Luxuries.
And that is disgusting. And that's a bike. That's
The
nitrous.
smell of barbecuing meat is everywhere. But not the kind you'd want to eat.
And yet, I still want a barbecue sandwich now.
When people truly became aware, it was too late. The end was upon us.
Aware of what? That the law was being misused? As you can see from that sign.
Like a body, every organ just shut down. Until the world was dead.
As someone in some sort of fictional environment once said, I'm not sure what I'm quoting, the world would have survived. It is humanity that would have perished. And that's basically what's going on. The world will survive because the world is still turning. It's just your way of life that's gone.
And then their bunker was raided.
And then their bunker was raided.
Safety is such a relative term. Does it even exist now? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Safety in numbers.
They thought they had all the time in the world.
That's probably the song, the name of a song. There's probably plenty of songs. That's creepy. In context or out of context.
What was morbid then would be benevolent now.
You know, I just don't believe you on that one. And that guy doesn't have a head.
Never build, never stop, never look back.
Which is why he puts his trust in a car. The mobility of it is a lot safer. Safer? My God, my vocabulary! It's safer than putting up camp.
I can't remember the innocence of snow. Of man.
What about of snowman? Do you want to bet? No.
Nothing goes to waste. Everything was something.
I mean, they used to do it before. The whole wooden teeth, elephant teeth, making dentures. I mean, that's what Washington is known for, wooden teeth, but he actually had several different types of animal teeth. I don't think wood was used at all, because that would just be unhygienic and splintery. And a little girl with an axe. And a dude with a deer. And some medals.
There never were good guys or bad guys.
Just guys to beat up. Because all the women folk are taken out of the combat system. Except for Tenderloin. That's actually the first female we fought in this game. Now that I think about it.
Love didn't conquer all after all.
Well, that's because you're not giving love a chance. Let it conquer your heart.
Training forces the instinctual need to survive whether you want to or not.
And that's why Max is still alive today. Because he had some sort of training.
Killing with an arrow or a bullet will become second nature soon.
Not concurrently, but in the past, it became second nature for everybody. Except for the loads of people I'm finding only use their fists, which is why they die a lot.
Only the living and the dead now. No egos.
That does not explain Scrotus. He's a living ego.
Hatred. Loneliness. Insanity. All familiar friends.
You let the darkness in, man. You need to let it out.
Did it die too? Beauty.
If that was true, all these top dogs wouldn't be covered in paint. There's different concepts of beauty.
It was happening so fast that no one had time to think it would actually lead to the end.
And then it did.
Those close, they dropped off one by one until there were none.
That's a sad actuality of life.
I'll find these landmarks. I'll find the loot.
And I did. That's a tire place, and I found the tires that Pink Eye gave me. I thought they were going to be in the dunes, but they weren't. And then we got a whole bunch of notes that I'm not going to bother to go through. I hope that didn't drag down the video of me reading all of that. I don't know if I'll keep it in or not, but now let's press forward. stabbing in the dark here, but I feel like none of you are prepared for Mad Max. Crack goes the weasel. Would you quit with your fancy footsteps? This isn't a dancing lesson. This is a lesson in button smashing. You know, I might just make that whole card reading thing a separate video altogether. I don't know what I'm doing. Moving forward. Explosion. I didn't bring any explosives with me, but thankfully the game is a little bit forgiving. You know what's coming. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Where am I? Can I go under? Nope. There's no crouching system here. Boom, baby! I accidentally found the cafeteria. Yeah, trophies. Yeah, and not a bosom buddy to be found amongst this, but that's kind of a relief. I don't know. The old adage is pity the living, not the dead. Well, yeah, there's what's left of it. Are you sure you want it? Ah, the stank gum. I've been wiping you guys off the face of the map for quite a while. It's about time I found who was left. Double tap. You're pretty good fighters. Not good enough, though. It's like either cowardice doesn't exist or ignorance is the flavor of the day. It's not a single one of these guys are willing to run away. I guess there's nothing really to run to. But that doesn't deter Max.
Get it down and get out.
Alright. Instead of blowing something up, I'm...
Generator needs juice to run. Up there.
Then what generator am I hearing then? Okie dokie. Can't be point A to point B now, can it?
No.
I literally knocked down, not more than 10 or 20 million seconds ago, an identical door. And now you're just making me parkour? Drop to the floor. Can I just drop it and blow up this door? Nah. Probably shouldn't jump down there. It might break my legs. I guess a broken leg in this type of scenario is equal to death. Which would explain why so many falls which I thought I would survive, I actually died. Will this junker even run?
Let's get this thing to the hunchback.
Quite a wide load. Alright, you could bet they're not going to approve of me driving this out of here. I approve of it, though. Whee! Yeah, it does have the side burners like before. Yeah, only safe place. Not like they're gonna knock down his door or anything. I don't know why I'm not just... Oh, I'm getting my butt handed to me. Stop it! Get toasty! Your chestnuts are roasting on an open fire. Yeah, I think I'm better off just taking the garbage mounds. Because this car looks like it's got some off-roading to it. It's definitely got nitrous. Yeah. Where were all you fools before when I was parading out here, doing nothing but killing? You obviously only come out when the paint is dry, I guess. Excuse me? How much fuel can this thing hold? I'm just gonna keep holding this fire and see what happens to the gas gauge. I swear, it's like it's not using gasoline. I've been paying too much attention to the gas hand when I should have been watching the armor hand. Time to move. If this vehicle has infinite oil for infinite burners, I'm gonna use it for all my burning needs.
Yes, it's true. Oh, bring it forward to the altar of this lowly acolyte. There she is. The big chief.
Don't get too excited. We need to get the hell out of here.
Oh, yes.
Because it's time to run.
Scrotus, the immortal. He ransacks the pueblo. Yeah, but he thinks he's going to dismantle you piece by piece. But I will wed the big chief to the angel in a ram, and then we'll see.
Wow. Enjoying your throne? Are we finally going to have a moment where you start to realize that you're attached to people, Max? All this work, finally a payoff. A real payoff. Now what do we think? The Big Chief. I have the Big Chief, but I can't leave just yet. Although I made no promises, I need to repay my debt to Hope and her missing daughter, Glory.
Someone blew up the wall on the way to...
Finally! The story is pointing directly where I need it to go. To people. We've got the heart of the car. Now it's finally time to pay some dues to the heart. Oh, look at that sucker. I'm about to upgrade the heck out of that engine. I've got more than enough scrap to do it. Let's hear. Well, wanna hop in?
Now it's your turn.
Turn? What turn?
Turn the wheel.
I never promised you nothing.
I was wrong about you. You're just like everyone else. A husk, an empty shell. You're nothing!
Oh, come on, Max. I thought we had some introspective thought here. Get the blood out of your eyes. Realize that you are speaking to people.
Where is the child?
Yeah, where is she?
She'll know this. Tell her to trust you.
Is that Snow
Tell
Globe?
her Mama Hope is waiting. Here. She'll be here. That's where the old one brought her. This desert dweller with his cloak.
Desert
and his
dweller?
staff. But he'll have kept her safe.
That sounds familiar.
Tell her. Tell her she is Glory. Her name is Glory.
Oh, this is real.
Glory. Cute.
It beats the heck out of Scrotus' steak gum. Dadgum. A little bit of realism at a time. A little bit at a time. He's not ready for this.
I never asked you your name.
No one has.
Max.
Come on. Yes!
My name is Max.
And that's Chum Bucket. we've got a quest. The best quest. It's not just searching for parts, it's soul searching. Oh, but I've spent way too much time on this episode. Probably. Definitely. It depends on how I edit it together. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. And I will see all you dudes in the next one. Bye.